Good evening, all. This is Darmuth, aka Saber. Um, Starting off my stream for the week. Hopefully, anybody who's listening to this on VODs or watching this on VODs or live soonish are having a good night. Plan for tonight is, well, the 4.3 patch for Star Rail dropped a couple days ago, so we're going to put Impact Third on pause for the moment and jump into the story for Star Rail. So we'll be doing this probably at least today and tomorrow, maybe into Saturday as well. We'll see how long the patch is. I've tried to avoid any spoilers or anything, so we'll see how things go. So, let's do the first thing about how things go and see if I actually remember to set up OBS correctly. And there we go. Alright. Game's been captured. So, since we're starting off the new storyline, or the next part of the storyline, I found out how to go and rewatch the replay.
During the events of Star Rail Fest, Asheville discovered what the happiness surgery truly entails, implanting the flesh and blood of the abominations of abundance. Given the gravity of the situation, we decided to go to Graphia Academy and first launch an investigation into Full Wish. During the course of events, we unexpectedly crossed paths with Full Wish herself. Also a survivor of the Bloodstained Games, she openly joined the Phantasmoon Games and invited supplicants to travel to Seafeld City, where the winner would be decided in a televised debate. During our exchange with Full Wish, Himiko realized that Full Wish might be a masked fool. As a result, I asked Sparksy to investigate the tavern for leads, and through that, we identified Full Wish's ability, the happiness syntax. Evanescia and Yaoguang established a cooperation agreement. After Evanescia's attempt to assess Full Wish in her capacity as the arbitrator failed, they encountered Blade and his group and learned that the flesh implanted in the happiness surgery originated from Shuhu, an emanator of abundance. Himiko and I went to the TV station to take part in the debate and met up with Sunday and Asheville, who had arrived ahead of us. However, the debate turned out to be a carefully orchestrated trap. In full view of the public, all those who had undergone the surgery transformed into terrifying monsters. And Full Wish framed both the IPC and the Astral Express as the masterminds behind it all. When the disaster erupted, Evanescia willingly violated a forbidden taboo and revealed the real purpose of the Phantasmoon Games, to suppress the terrifying entity slumbering within plain Arcadia. Through this act, she unlocked the original power of the ambrosial arbor within herself and intervened in the unfolding situation. At the same time, Silverwolf, entrusted by Pearl, set out to investigate the anomalous signal responsible for the monster's emergence, only to be obstructed by Mr. Meanie. As the force backing Full Wish, he wields tremendous power, powerful enough to interfere with the Stellaron Hunter's script. Meanwhile, Full Wish continued to livestream our movements in the TV tower, distorting the truth by every possible means. Drawing upon the wish power of 200,000 victims, she manifested the Meanie Phantasmoon in an attempt to defeat us individually. Thankfully, Silverwolf regained the power of the Ether cartridge, level 999, and dealt with it before it was too late. After overcoming every obstacle in our path, we reached the top of the TV tower and confronted Full Wish head-on. Drawing on the people's wish power, she briefly held the upper hand. Ultimately, I used the Stellaron within me to bear that wish power, thereby stepping onto the path of elation and defeating her once and for all. Even so, those who had undergone the surgery did not recover. At Blade's proposal, everyone joined forces to concentrate all of Shuhu's flesh within his body, freeing the victims from the influence of the happiness surgery. Just when I thought the crisis was over, Evanescia requested that I warn the creator of the world in canvas. According to her, Asat Pramod, the Lord Ravager who once attempted to eliminate plain Arcadia, has returned again.
Okay, now, we kind of got our recap here, but one of the questions I've been having, I kind of discovered by accident. Because I really think Evanescia, there's something that what she did there, something isn't adding up.
It's still early. Where to now?
Because when we go Her mask is on the ground. I mean, even Full Wish's mask is still present. Asheville's, Silverwolf's, Pearl's, Sunday's. Our mask has changed and we're almost at a complete circle. Sparksy. But yeah. And I can't really bring it up, but in one of the packet infos for 4.3, it listed Evanescia as disqualified. I'm really hoping her story isn't done because there's still a lot of questions I have about her, and it would really suck for a character who's supposed to be an XP of Yae Sakura from Impact 3rd to have their story just kind of... We'll see what happens. Anyways.
Seatbelt City has been severely affected by the incident. Citizens are advised to remain patient and await assistance. Moving on to our special segment, the Phantom Moon Brief.
Let's get the story started. Hey, March.
You're back! The incident that happened at Full Wish TV is causing a huge stir. Come watch the news!
Hello, everyone! Welcome to our brand new segment, the Phantom Moon Brief. I'm your host, Poofy.
Hi, everyone! This is your old friend, Snowy!
Well then, as the Phantom Moon games reach a boiling point, and for reasons that need no explanation, we are now joining Duo Mention TV to bring you live coverage of the latest and most critical news updates.
Yes, we are! And after the director of Full Wish TV and sponsor of the Research Society of Happy Smiles, Full Wish announced that she was joining the Phantom Moon Games! That terrifying tragedy of 15 years ago once again swept through the psionic game!
The supplicant debate, slated to take place at the Seafeld TV tower, was cut short when out-of-control Imagine known as Joy Ascendants appeared suddenly and launched an attack. This Imagenesis plague centered on Seafeld City spread rapidly. Even Full Wish herself turned into a monster atop the Seafeld TV tower.
As of the latest reports, nearly 200,000 human and Imagine inhabitants across plain Arcadia have been affected by the plague. Countless individuals are injured or missing, and total losses are estimated to have reached 8.6 billion credits. And in a chilling echo of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago, footage left behind by Full Wish points to the disaster as the work of supplicants from beyond the sky.
She identified the culprits as the famed cosmic hero, the trailblazer of the Astral Express, and the wanted criminal, Stellaron Hunter Blade, claiming they were responsible for the tragedy.
That was still on
But
us then.
a spokesperson for the Department of Aberration Defense said the disaster was planned and executed by Full Wish herself through her organization, the Research Society of Happy Smiles. They added that the investigation will continue and the organization will be shut down.
Oh, how familiar that sounds. 15 years ago, they made the same excuses. What is the real story behind this? The Phantom Moon Brief will continue to keep you updated.
Over 500 years ago, a prophet made a prediction. In year 1999, a terrifying devil will descend from the sky. Will this prophecy come true? Shame on them. How can they just say things like that on TV when it's not even confirmed? And the internet is flooded with fake news about you too.
Oh, God, that isn't
Also,
reflecting
those
reality.
two hosts, weren't they from Full Wish TV? They were spreading nasty stories about you on the news before. And now look, they've immediately jumped ship after what happened to Full Wish.
Yeah, shame on them. Classic media behavior. Well, they need to make a living somehow. Yeah, I'm just gonna blame them.
I'm happy you made it back safely. But somehow, you just don't seem quite the same. Oh no. You're trying to grow up and leave me behind. Don't tell me you're becoming the next Don Hung. No. Is this what it takes to become a hero?
Oh, I always like the tease March.
I am so cute and lovely. What's the problem with that? Oh, right. Tell me about what happened at the TV tower. I've heard Don Hung and Sunday's side of the story, but I haven't heard yours yet.
Tell March 7th everything about the battle at Seafree Tower, TV Tower. Yeah, I can read.
Full Wish had people undergo the happiness surgery to implant Shuhu's flesh into their bodies, and that ended up causing this disaster? And you guys stopped the mutation from spreading, but all you managed to do was to temporarily seal Shuhu's flesh inside Blade?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Then you mentioned that Nessia, the one we met at Star Rail Fest, is actually the Phantom Moon Games arbitrator? No wonder she could draw a mask for you. And she also asked you to go deep into the world in Canvas to warn... who was it again?
And we just watched the recap, we know this.
Who is that?
Yes, Graphia, Himiko's ancestor. She's an artist from 1,000 years ago.
Himiko's ancestor? She's still alive? Wait, that's not even the most important part. Nessia asked you to warn Graphia that the Lord Ravager, Asat Pramod, is back? Why does the Express have such bad luck? By this point, whenever we go on vacation, I'm always ready to deal with random problems. But running into another Lord Ravager while on vacation? This is way over the line. A Lord Ravager, Evanessia's request, Shuhu's flesh and Blade's body, and the unfinished Phantom Moon Games. Suddenly, there are so many things to deal with. Feels like we're juggling a bunch of eggs all at once. One slip, and it's all gonna go splat. Are you okay?
Nah. Yeah.
I shouldn't have asked so many questions. Didn't mean to stress you out or make you worried. I'm gonna go take a minute and collect myself.
So many things to deal with right now. Oh, what should I do next? Nah. I've had a long day. I should just get some rest.
Alright, oh, Oh, hey, sorry, didn't see, had a somebody in chat. Usually I don't have anybody in chat. Yeah, Star Rail is a free-to-play game, though it is a gacha game, so very predatory monetization practices. I tend to be a free-to-play player, really enjoy the story, but if you have issues controlling spending in that or money in that, I can't recommend the game, but do enjoy the story. Sofa with a plush velvet surface, like a cradle. The moment you sit down, you practically meld into it. Oh, I know that feeling. Oh, that's not good. The static from news broadcasts, Mark's relentless questioning, the looming presence of a large ravager, the dangerous flesh within withering on Blade's body. I thought it was in. And the future of the Phantom Moon games. All these tangled problems had knotted themselves into one chaotic mess. What can you do? You're just a poor little raccoon. You want to unravel the mystery, but now you're tangled up in its threads. You struggle uselessly for a... Jeez, I can read tonight. Then give up, letting fatigue shroud your eyes in darkness. Oh.
Shh, Welt. She's tired. Let her sleep.
You never knew... Oh. Hi,
You're
Himiko.
obviously tired. I never thought this vacation would become the prelude to yet another major war.
From our very first steps, trouble has always followed the Nameless. But this is way too much.
Look at you now. It takes me back to when I first got the Express running again. Aside from Pom Pom, I was the only crew member on board, constantly stretched thin and feeling out of my depth. All I could do was note every problem in the navigation log, one by one. A world's coordinates that needed an update. A glitch in the Express's warp system. The notes were as dense as the coordinates on the astral charts, leaving me completely overwhelmed. Back then, I never imagined the Astral Express would one day have to face a Lord Ravager. But strangely, now that the time has come again, I'm not panicking at all. Come to think of it, it's because of you. Because of all of you. Along the way, we have defeated 2 Lord Ravagers. The Nameless who guided me before I set out once told me, keep moving forward, and the obstacles that once felt impossible to conquer will soon be behind you. And along the way, you'll find companions who are just like you. I've seen you grow through the Phantom Moon games, becoming someone others can trust and lean on. And I heard the declaration you made atop the tower. I'm truly proud of you. That's why I want to share a story from the past with you. A promise from 15 years ago.
Because I have a lot of questions on how you managed this, Himiko.
I promised someone that when the moon over my hometown was full again, I would go back to see her, to let her know I had made the most of this borrowed life, and found companions I could trust with all my heart.
I'm sorry.
I want to share this story with you all. The story of how my journey began. because it's a long story, filled with many memories of my past. I'd also like to invite you all to the place where I repaired the Express and tell you everything bit by bit.
All right, it's a deal. When I return from the world in canvas, you can make us, make us some coffee. Then we'll settle in and listen to your story.
Speaking of the world in canvas, March told me about what Evanessia said to you. Evanessia's request was not made lightly, and she was worried for a reason. Silverwolf saw that Lord Ravager in action too. According to the records from the databank and the IPC's investigation, Asat Pramad's campaigns often span centuries, and the planets he targets all end up destroyed in freak accidents, leaving their surfaces covered in only smiling faces. 1,000 years ago, my ancestor Graphia created the world in canvas. If that was to resist Asat Pramad's invasion of Ahatopia, then could this disaster unleashed through the Phantasmoon games be the prelude to his next invasion?
Astonishes me that Graphia is still alive.
That's the first of many mysteries. Based on our family history, we are clearly not descendants of any long-lived species. Quite the opposite. The weathering curse has shortened my family's lifespan for generations. What could my ancestor have gone through to still exist today? That too leaves me deeply curious.
Could you tell me more about Graphia?
There are far too many legends about her. It's hard to tell what's true and what's not. Only two things are beyond doubt. First, during the Cinderth Age, she created countless Imaginae and sent them into battle against the demon legions from beyond. Second, near the end of one of the Phantasmoon games, she created the world in canvas to shelter inside it what was left of civilization and life. Which means she is not only familiar with Asat Pramad, but has also witnessed the manifestation of the Eon of Elation.
Wait. So Graphia was 1,000 years ago. What about the world in canvas?
Nobody knows just how big the plane Graphia created actually is. Over 140 years ago, the IPC tried to salvage the world in canvas, but they were only able to reconstruct part of it in the real world. That portion became what we know as Plain Arcadia. Legend has it that Graphia used a vast ocean as her canvas and channeled the power of elation to step into the painting, which means she has not only seen Asat Pramad, but has also seen the Eon of Elation descend in all their glory.
Still brings up the question of what exactly is Asat Pramad? If he's an Imaginae, how did he exist before Graphia?
Good question. As for who in Plain Arcadia knows Graphia and the world in canvas best, it's probably Pearl. She was sent here by the IPC. She should have some clues to guide us in the right direction. By the way, General Yao Guang is here. She says she wants to talk to you in private.
Ugh. Let's hope it's good news.
I'm not sure if she comes with good news or bad news. She brought a little gift from the Cienjo, though. Mung bean soda.
That's
Go
okay, it's
talk to
bad
General
news.
Yao Guang, then. Don't keep her waiting. After that, come to the party car and fill us in on your next move.
Nice to meet you, Ishvara. I always thought that the arbitrator, Evanessia, would step in and punish Fullwish for the disaster she caused. But, to my surprise, it was you who defeated Fullwish. In my capacity as an Arbiter General, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for halting the plague and sparing countless lives from suffering.
You are too kind,
What
General.
I am about to tell you is something Evanessia risked breaking the rules to share with me. Please keep it a secret. Not a word of this leaves the Express. Sealed within Ahatopia's core is Ouroboros, the Veracity.
And there's the confirmation. Well, I am only 3 years old.
Wait, you've never heard of the Veracity before?
I was literally born yesterday.
Come to think of it, they must be unfamiliar to most people. They were supposed to be recorded in the list of arch-enemies as an author of calamity. They are an ancient god of desire and consumption, an eon that evolved from a leviathan. But they disappeared so long ago that the Cienjo Alliance never witnessed any of their deeds, and they were never recognized as an author of calamity. Well, they need no such title anyway. Beast of Calamity, Star Devourer, Void Maw. Just hearing these names, one can imagine what kind of monstrosity they were. A vast, writhing form whose slightest movement could crush entire planets, before swallowing what remained into an insatiable abyss. Rumor has it, they were last seen during the era of the Swarm disaster. They were hardly there to aid the Swarm, but rather to attend a cosmic-level feast, in which the Swarm served merely as appetizers, and the planets they passed were devoured as the main course. No one expected them to be here of all places, sealed away on this very planet after vanishing for years. The true situation remains unknown. But with this information, we can understand why Asat Pramod set his sights on this world.
Other than it has something to do with the elation.
Aren't you a little afraid, facing a huge disaster like this?
I just got done beating Iron Tomb. What do you think?
Interesting. You wouldn't flinch even if a star fell upon you. A true Ishvara. Fortune follows when fate hits its lowest ebb. Every crisis comes with an opportunity. Now that we know a force capable of devouring stars is deep in slumber at this planet's core, perhaps we could make it devour the problem inside Blade's body. It might just be a risky path worth taking. Blade has agreed to my proposal and will venture into the world in canvas to seek out the Veracity. From what I've heard, you are going there as well. I cast a divination, and the hexagram shifted between the marsh and fire trigrams, yielding the judgment. Heaven and earth are separate and apart, but the work which they do is the same. In other words, though your paths may differ, they are destined to intersect.
Is this gonna be Blade's funeral?
A funeral, or an adventure? Will it be a battle with only a 1 in 10 chance of survival to tear away Shuhu's flesh from his body and eliminate the Xianzhou's arch-enemy? Or will it be a journey in which he settles all grudges and never looks back? It all depends on how he perceives it. Blade agreed to my proposal, even though that little Stellaron hunter girl wouldn't stop objecting.
General, are you betting everything on me?
Betting? No, I don't see it that way. We are not chips laid on a gaming table, nor dice tossed at someone's whim. We trust in people, in ourselves, and in those beside us, knowing they can change the course of even the most desperate battle. That belief is what gave you the strength to overcome Fullwish. It is also the only reason I stay for this world. My purpose has never changed. I am going to draw the elation into my divination, and overturn a fate marked for great woe. I have a plan for how to handle Asat Pramod if he strikes unexpectedly, but I still need more hands to make it work.
Looks like the Phantom Moon Games will have to come to an end soon.
What miracle could cap off these games better than a finale that humbles a Lord Ravager? It will be a tribute to the elation. The shadow of the Lord Ravager looms, and from here on, everyone must carry their part of the burden. I will take my leave first.
Before I set out, I still want to say a few words to everyone.
A lot going on here. Not giving us time to rest, that's for sure.
What are they all up to over there?
Oh, there you are. We were waiting for you.
What are y'all doing here?
We're here to celebrate the Astral Express making it through another trial, of course. Pom-Pom's heard all about your latest adventure.
Oh, it's not
It's a
over
modest
yet.
celebration, but a meaningful one. You stopped Fullwish's scheme, and that is no small achievement. Regardless of what the people of Plain Arcadia or the media may say, we raise a glass to you.
Exactly. You knocked out the mastermind behind all those creepy whatever their name is. I didn't get to see it myself, but Don Hung described it for me. You killed it!
Your victory gave Blade a chance to free himself from Shuhu's flesh. Thank you.
With the Lord Ravager looming on the horizon,
Something doesn't seem
everyone
right.
will soon be heading off on their own missions. Before that, it felt right to have a small gathering like this.
Now, let's make a toast. Here's to everyone who fights to protect this Arcadia. And here's to all of us. The Lord Ravager can throw whatever he wants at us, but I know the Astral Express will keep streaking across the stars.
To all of us.
Thank you. All of you. Having you by my side is what gives me the courage to face the future. I'll carry this strength with me through the rest of this journey.
Cheers!
Glasses clink together like your heart's beating as well. After finishing the drinks, the nameless each enjoy a brief moment of respite.
Did you need something?
I was having a lot of fun. Why don't you join me?
I need a break. I felt worn out ever since coming back from Seafeld TV Tower. Right now, it feels like I'm back in Oak Manor's banquet hall. At those parties, no matter how tired I was, I'd have to clutch my glass and smile, keeping myself calm. Mr. Yang insisted I should get a full day of sleep, but I didn't want to miss the chance to toast with you all.
Thank you for being with
I
me
should
on
thank
this
you
journey.
for letting me embark on this journey.
It just feels off.
I heard from Sunday about how the televised debate went. We won this battle because of you.
How's the situation?
The streets were in chaos. Traffic ground to a halt, and Wispay littered the ground. It was like a scene straight out of a disaster movie. When the televised debate began, a crowd outside the station gathered to protest the Astral Express and nearly broke through the barricades. But the moment the Joy Ascendants appeared, they scattered without a second thought. I guess people know deep down which is more dangerous, a made-up villain or an actual threat. But I am more concerned about you.
Me?
I've seen the footage of your fight with Full Wish. When you returned to the top of the tower, an enormous surge of power seemed to erupt from you. It reminded me a lot of when I saved you at Herta Space Station. Did you tap into the power of the Stellaron?
Maybe.
The Stellaron can be awakened by a wish, but its immense power always has a way of warping reality. As the wave of wish power surged toward you, it brought hope and blessings, but also dark intentions and malice. What might it do to the Stellaron? We have no idea. Be careful with this power you have, no matter how tempting it may seem.
Oh, it's you! Pom-Pom heard you've got a solo mission coming up. Be safe, will you? Sadly, Pom-Pom can't remember most of what happened right after the Express crashed onto this world. Pom-Pom's memory of those years is like a fogged-up Express window. No matter how hard Pom-Pom tries, Pom-Pom just can't wipe it clean. But it's okay. After passenger Himiko repaired the Express, Pom-Pom got to share a one-of-a-kind journey with all of you. How did passenger Himiko appear? That's odd. Pom-Pom can't remember a thing. All Pom-Pom recalls is having a long and fuzzy sleep and being woken by a knock at the door. And just like that, passenger Himiko was on board. The day passenger Himiko knocked, it felt like Pom-Pom was waking up from a dream. The Express's heart started beating again and the lights flickered on one after another.
Huh.
Graphia? Pom-Pom hasn't. But Pom-Pom always dreams of strangers when Pom-Pom's asleep. They seem to be bustling around the Express. And there are soft clinking and clanking sounds. Just like the sound of stars twinkling. But every time Pom-Pom wakes up, their faces slip away. Pom-Pom is only left with a warm and comforting feeling, knowing someone had taken good care of Pom-Pom.
Time for me to say
Safe
goodbye.
trip! Pom-Pom will take good care of the Express while you're away.
Himiko is focused on their phone screen, seemingly messaging someone. I regret this already. Shush remains silent, intently scrubbing a glass. Scribbling a glass, yes. Okay. Okay, trio.
There you are. March and I were talking about you.
You two miss me?
Yeah, of course.
When did Don Hung start expressing his feelings like this? I guess pigs really do fly.
This trip to Plain Arcadia is the first time we weren't necessarily working together toward a common goal. You dove into the Phantom Moon games. I crossed paths with that relentless old friend and foe again. As for March, well, she spent her time wandering and eating. Her perfect little vacation.
Hey, after what happened to her in
Wait,
Emporius.
hold up. How come all I get is wandering and eating? I grabbed plenty of comics as well. I call it cultural exploration. With a little extra time for me to recharge, of course. Right?
Now that we're having this little break, it hit me that I might have neglected you and March.
To us, this is just trailblazing.
Well said. This vacation has expanded my horizons and my stomach capacity.
Blade has accepted General Yao Guang's proposal. Perhaps he has finally moved on from past grudges and that abundance curse, and is now ready to do something for himself. It's going to be a path fraught with danger, so I had hoped to accompany him for a bit longer, but he refused. From now on, I will turn my attention to this world.
What are you going to do next?
Mr. Yang and I have been asked by General Yao Guang to help with setting up some defensive formations.
I've got work to do too. Mr. Ashvale wanted someone to accompany him to the tavern to investigate clues about Asat Pramod. Yours truly figured she'd been resting long enough, and it was time to stretch her legs. So I volunteered.
Can't believe we're splitting up again. Stay safe, don't make me worry too much. Yeah, splitting up again. I mean, after Amphorius, that was hard enough.
No problem. When you come back, you have to share everything you saw in the world in Canvas.
Talk to Himiko and get ready to set off.
Just in time. I've talked to Madame Pearl. She will handle all the arrangements for your passage, so you can enter the world in Canvas to find my ancestor Graphia.
When should we set off? When should I set off?
Actually, I hoped you could take some time to rest first. Once you've fully rested, you may make your way to the dock in Seafeld City. Madame Pearl has a special ship waiting for you there. It will take you to the border between this world and the world in Canvas, a place known as Inkford Hermitage. That's your final stop before entering the world in Canvas, a place to gather your supplies and rest up before you set out on the journey ahead. I know you'll have to go alone this time, but I don't think it'll be dangerous. After all, that realm was created by Graphia, my ancestor. The thought of it makes me feel calm, in a strange but comforting way. If you get to meet her, please give her my regards.
Himiko, you're not coming with me. I will send your regards to Graphia. Why do I have to go alone? That's the problem here.
I am indeed quite curious. I'd love to see this ancestor of mine for myself and hear her story in her own words. But someone must stay here and keep watch. Madame Pearl wishes to confer with me and General Yao Guang about our next steps in dealing with Asat Pramod. So I'll be entrusting this mission into the world in canvas to you. Go ahead. Set out once you've rested up. I'll be here with Welt and the others, awaiting good news from you.
Okay, switching POVs.
In other words, that woman wants you to take Shuhu and jump straight into the Veracity and leave the rest to the Eon's stomach acid? And this is between me and him, right? Why are you tagging along?
Relax. I'll say my goodbyes and be gone. A dignified funeral, If you ask me, this ending is indeed grand enough.
I don't care about any of that. There's only one thing I care about. Does he have to die?
Here's a piece of advice, little cub. Whether he lives or dies is his choice. That's the one thing you don't get to decide for him.
It has landed.
What?
Nothing. Just a seabird landing on the rocks. A blade forged of mortal steel cannot sever an undying fate. If Shuhu is to be put down, the options are few, and that Leviathan is one of them.
In time, people will say this. The culprit of the Juming gave his life for the greater good and plunged into the abyss alongside the abomination.
I'm not as noble as you make it sound. Many years ago, you invited me to join the Galaxy Rangers. I refused for one reason. I'm a petty man. I was never born to carry some greater good. This is between Shuhu and me. Nothing more.
Can't argue with that. A Galaxy Ranger through and through. Well then, I won't say anything more.
Blade, you sure about this?
For years, death has clung to me like a curse, etched into my bones. If there is a chance to make a god feel the same pain, I would do it, even if this body is reduced to ash. As for everyone else, there's no need to drag them into this. We'll proceed as Yao Guang proposed. Bury Shuhu at the end of the world in canvas, taking me with him, and let the veracity dissolve us both.
Take care.
How about you stay as well? You might as well see it through to the end with us.
Plain Arcadia has bigger problems that need my attention. Your instincts were right. That meanie pulling strings from the shadows is none other than Asat Pramod.
Who else would want to kick a Ha's head like a ball?
So, I need to get back and finish my job.
Investigating a Lord Ravager sounds like a job you don't come back from.
Therefore, it also pays very well.
Then here's hoping you live long enough to collect your payment. Every time, when it's just the two of us, you go quiet.
You know what I'm going to say. The seabird's flown off. It's time for us to go too.
And now we're here.
The terror slumbering at the heart of plain Arcadia is... Ouroboros.
After the swarm disaster, the Veracity vanished, never to appear again for more than 700 Amber eras. Their last rumored sighting was 500 years ago.
History fictionologists claim that Ouroboros lies in wait at the edge of the cosmos, guarded by their children, awaiting the day of their return.
I've heard that story before, but it wasn't about the edge of the cosmos. It was Pier Point. They say that the preservation is nothing more than a facade, and the IPC is, in truth, a cult devoted to the Veracity.
Organic life has quite the imagination. They've said other things, too. That Louis Fleming seeks to ascend as the Eon of Wealth. That the Council of Mundanites are mere hounds of Dr. Primitive. That the Marketing Development Department colludes with the destruction, turning a blind eye to the spread of Stellarons. Such rumors are endless. I believe the General should be able to tell which are true and which are not.
Oh, Nova's gonna have a field day with that one.
I've never heard the last one, so let's assume it's the only one that's true. Such terrible breath. Once this Leviathan awakens, the Arcadia's destruction would be all but instantaneous.
For now, this remains conjecture. The sealed remains appear to be a husk that Ouroboros once shed. Why it's here, and how it's connected to the elation, remain unknown. Yet even a fragmented remnant of an Eon is a threat that can't be ignored. The calamity of the Leviathan must not be allowed to re-emerge in this world.
Naturally, that is why I'm here. And it's about time for the two Nameless to arrive.
Oh.
You're just on time.
General Yao Guang, as instructed, warding talismans have been placed at over a dozen sites across plain Arcadia.
My thanks. It was Mr. Yang's talent of creation out of nothing that allowed us to reproduce dozens of plumes and complete the deployment with such speed. Now, with Yin and Yang aligned, and all four aspects in place, as long as we set up the last formation core, the Decalight reflection barrier will be complete.
Using the divine eye of the Spiritus to weave a giant web, one that ensnares countless possible futures. General, have you truly made up your mind?
Though Shuhu has been eradicated, the signs of doom have not faded. On the contrary, they grow ever clearer. After much consideration, the source can only be this restless corpse.
One crisis is yet to pass, and another is already upon us. The Arcadia's ley lines were already riddled with scars. And now even the ancient tree's seal is starting to loosen. While Evanesia is asleep, someone must take up her duty to guard this place.
Oh.
But defending isn't the way of the hunt. If you don't want to become the prey, you must become the hunter.
General, do you intend to go on the offensive and suppress the remains of the Veracity?
How could I? The Joy Seeker could barely confine that husk using the Abundance's ambrosial arbor as its cage. I'm not that arrogant as to place myself alongside the gods.
I'm sorry, you're just
I'm not
regular
here to
Joy-Con.
guard against an Eon, but against a lesser menace. Lord Ravager Asat Pramad. This barrier is prepared for him.
Asat Pramad has been meddling with the game from the shadows. His intentions unclear. We know little about him or the Veracity. By chance, however, a friendly citizen has provided us with intel.
Ouroboros' remains are in Ahatopia, aren't they? Silence is an answer in itself. I've seen that reaction too many times.
I'm not surprised that you were the first to discover it. You were in the Torn Scroll too. The probability of you noticing was 24%.
That's a little low, don't you think? I put it at well over 90.
What I don't understand is this. There were countless ways to verify your hypothesis, yet you chose the most unconventional one. You bypassed security and broke into the building to confront me in person. What is your objective?
To find
This
out
is
how
no
much the IPC
confrontation.
knows.
It's a warning, Madame Pearl. I'm a security officer, and there is only one reason I'm here. While everyone else is fixated on the Phantasmoon games, only the Department of Aberration Defense is watching other places.
Like the location where the new Herald of Death case was closed?
Correct. The incident involved 4 Daybreak warriors, 3 nameless, 1 detective, and 1 officer. But just moments ago, a 10th set of footprints appeared at the scene.
Oh.
After the investigation, we learned that the traces were left deliberately. A blatant provocation.
The Lord Ravager bent on destroying the Elation came uninvited. Make no mistake. Planar Arcadia is the stage he chose with care, and drawing the Abundance into the fray was hardly a whim.
Our top priority is to dispose of Shuhu's flesh properly to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands and causing another calamity.
Causing Lot and the Hunt to
That
just nuke
said,
the planet for
we
more
cannot afford to ignore Asat Pramad's next move.
This giant web is prepared for that very purpose. Once the entire planet is folded into the divination's trajectory, under the gaze of the Omnitia, all possibilities will be laid bare. When that time comes, he won't wish to leave any footprints behind.
One final question. Why did the Lord Ravager choose to visit this place? Does he have an ulterior motive? Or is this merely some twisted joke?
Probably that.
That question should be left to the professionals. Don't forget, we have a detective who can't seem to rest. Let's hope the accumulation of variables can tip the scales in our favor.
Oh, switching
And
to
so the people set out, and the gondola, bound for distant lands, set sail. At the end of the world, the Elation once again declared war upon the Veracity. Take, frail little humans! Ouroboros split their mouth wide open. Whoever can fill my whole mouth with but a single thing shall receive a reward. My tongue. The fool
Kinky.
known as the Shepherd captured a comet, but it wasn't even enough to fill the gap between the Veracity's teeth. The bartender Baraji opened the wine cellar, but they only grew drowsy, drifting off to sleep. And en route, he crept up to the Veracity's ear and told them a corny joke. The Veracity pondered it for 10 amber eras, then burst into laughter at their own amusement. En route spread his hands and said, "See? I filled your mouth with laughter."
Then what happened?
Oh, Lord.
Then the Veracity said, "Are you kidding me?" And with that, they opened their gaping maw and tore en route to pieces.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Those are the facts, my inquisitive auditor. If you want to hear more stories, you're welcome to discuss with your classmates.
We came here to investigate the Veracity and Asat Pramod, but
this
all
is a
we got
combo.
were stories that only a 3-year-old would believe.
Rumors don't just appear out of thin air. It's just a matter of how much truth you think they hold.
At least 90% of that was made up.
Sometimes that last 10% is all you need. Oh, plenty of bystanders around. Let's hear what they have to say.
Welcome to Detective Notes to view newly added clues. Oh. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. The case of the missing Veracity. The assistant meticulously compiled the case details for the detective in neat handwriting. A trail of unknown footprints appears at the abandoned station. A weird emoji running amok in a tavern. All clues point to the Lord Ravisher, Asaf Pramod. The detective is back on the case. Will he be able to track down the Leviathan's footprints in the tavern? P.S. The refrigerator's cooling system is down. Remember to repair it. Note, scribbled handwriting jotted down by the detective at the scene. Shepherd. This guy summoned comets to feed the Veracity. Sounds like a fairy tale. Bragi. There are plenty of bartenders in the Laughter's Tavern, but he's the most famous one. Rumor has it he still hasn't paid off the tab for that time he cracked open the wine cellar. En route. Feeding in Leviathan corny jokes. Crazy idea. I highly doubt his wordplay will be enough for the Veracity to feast on. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, first things first.
Come on, show me what you can really do, big hero.
It's great to see you again.
Just in case I need a little DPS backup. Okay, I'm going to take a quick little break here to go grab something to drink, so I will be right back. But before I do that, I thought... Anyways, AFK a moment, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's go back to this. Alright.
You two asking about the veracity? You think about walking that path?
Walk the path of veracity? Do I need to eat everything in sight?
You got it! Kids always dream big. Some are bulldozers, some are monsters, and I am on a board. Yeah, and the man.
Ugh, can you talk normal? Stop
this guy's
gulping
all
for
here.
air.
I swore to become a veracity pastime. Hide everything. Tasty, nasty, anything I could see. Finally, I'll pinch my nose and swallow loose mouth, and they looked at me.
Ouroboros.
Nah, very
already.
I'm telling you, it was all bluffing. The fools didn't lose. Paul, Root, and Dorothy, who the veracity wasn't looking, rolled up their skin like a crepe, snatched it up and bolted. Then, poof, they were gone. Even Comic-Con Collective don't got a veracity card. I already filed a formal complaint with the organizers.
You should be
I'm
putting
wondering
this
if
much
this is
effort
Albert's
into your
voice actor.
studies.
In another version of the story, Enroute didn't tell a lame joke. He and Dorothy made off with the Aeon's shed skin. Dorothy, haven't seen this name in ages. She has ties to Enroute too. There's the Toto.
They say a dull pen beats a sharp memory. My memory's dull, and my pen's not much better.
Then you must have a lot of stationery.
A kindred spirit. Miss, it seems you're one of us as well. I've met far too many fools who can't even read. Oddly enough, those of us who truly love learning are the rare ones. Interested in studying the knowledge of the laughter? I have a reference book here. You can have it.
Oh boy. A book signed by Scarecrow, that records tales of masked fools who dared to offend Aeons. They view this as a rite of passage in a fool's career, rushing headlong into it one after another, never tiring of the thrill. Pay per second, one-day tour of the Amber World. Borrowing from some poor sap's iris, the full shapeshifter donned a sharp suit and boarded a shuttle at Pier Point Skyport. He flashed a warm smile at every passenger in the cabin, billionaires wealthy enough to rival nations, monarchs of galactic belts, board members of industry monopolizing foundations, all of whom had emptied their coffers for a single pilgrimage, an audience with the Amber Lord. Is this a set up the IPC? The shuttle pierced through the debris disk, drawing near the Amber Lord's colossal form. They had stood there since before sentient life was born, and would likely remain long after sentient life had vanished. Following the countless marks left over the eons on the subspace crystalline barrier, some prayed in silence, some wept softly, while the Amber Lord offered no response. Who would notice a single speck of dust in the vast expanse of space? The full, carved shapeshifter was here, onto the barrier, and took his leave without a second glance. Remnant of the dream of the primeval Imperium into the mouth of veracity. Oh boy. Ouroboros. Yeah. Right off the bat, screw it up. Ouroboros, the ancient leviathan that survived the Dusk Wars, was said to have chased Aha all the way to the roots of the imaginary tree. Oh boy. A fool named En route attempted to confirm the truth of this tale, but alas, he couldn't run as fast as Aha and was caught by the veracity and swallowed whole. Okay, now En route's been eaten. Who would have guessed that inside the veracity's belly lay a wondrous world of its own? Wait a second. Is this how Graphia made the world in Canvas? They used Ouroboros? Huh. Anyways, the Veracity was so massive that the lives previous devoured had established their own kingdoms on their stomach walls. Thumb-sized dwarves, clever horsefolk, talking comic cicadas. En route explored this place with delight and encountered fellow swallowed fools, Dorothy, Broggy, and Shepard. Together they adventured, found the Veracity's heart and gave it a good kick, and were belched out into the universe with a mighty wretch. Usually you don't need to kick the heart to cause the thing to throw up. En route, quickly plucked off the Veracity's shadow and spread it over the fools like a blanket. Shepard then tossed out a comet, and the dim-witted Ouroboros was drawn to its light. The fools finally escaped with their lives. After that, countless fools sought treasures within the Veracity's belly, but none ever caught so much as a glimpse of the Veracity again. Huh. Really wondering if there's something there between Ouroboros and the world in Canvas now. After the Aeon Beauty vanished, the fool Davin made a proclamation at the tavern, instantly attracting a massive following. Chanting, "Everyone is a Drilla," they sparked an artistic storm and launched a reckless charge toward pushing the boundaries of the path of beauty. For example, they stuck bananas to agates with polyvinyl chloride tape, scribbled graffiti on every household item in sight, and proclaimed the great works of art, and even found time to fight a few copyright lawsuits within the IPC. God, sounds like YouTubers. Wait, I'm one of those. That was until they arranged a space junk across an entire plant surface to form a Drilla's visage, at which point the Knights of Beauty finally rounded them all up. However, after 7 days and 7 nights of deliberation, the hastily convened round table of Knights of Beauty ultimately decided to release the fools, since to punish them they would have to acknowledge that these depictions actually resembled Drilla. Sorry. Afterwards, they note aha. Having come this far, it seems I must tell my own story. The night before I finished this piece, a visitor casually strolled into the tavern, sat down beside me, and ordered us each a bomb's first drop. They didn't introduce themselves, but I already know who they were. They said, "Buddy, I hear you're writing a little book. I've read it. Quite interesting. Here are a few points worth discussion." I listened patiently as they spoke and rejected every single change they proposed. They downed the last drop of the bomb in one gulp, then left the tavern, their retreating figure looking utterly forlorn.
This feels completely made up. But, thanks anyway.
Oh, please, thank the seniors. To compile this book, they offended every Eon they possibly could, and narrowly escaped death at the hands of each and every one of them. As for me, I'm just the one who keeps the books circulating.
Hey, friends! How was your first day of school? Sparksy's here to pick you up after class.
The fool who went met inside the belly of the Veracity, pretty much similar to an extra dragged in to make up the numbers in the soap opera Mr. N loves watching. En route, new paragraph. In a bizarre story, En route once ventured into the belly of the Veracity, managing to escape after plucking their shadow. Scarecrow. I guess he can be considered an old friend of mine. This guy actually wrote a book? Huh. Now what does this little bottle of chaos want?
Where were you just now? You opened the door for us and just disappeared. Don't tell me you're up to something again.
Still doubting me? You're breaking Sparkskull's heart here. That whole foolish thing. I took on every emoji in the tavern by myself, fought them all the way to the end of the world, and even wore my mask down to nothing. But honestly, this place runs on rumors. Aha is being chased by the veracity. Aha chases the veracity. We won't get anywhere following stories like this.
Let's go through what we know so far. Yeah, it's a complete mess.
So, after a bit of thought, Lady Sparksy came up with a brilliant idea. I borrowed a nifty little gadget from a friend.
Uh-oh.
The Unreal Sparks and Spark! No idea how it works, but apparently this light bulb makes you smarter the moment you put it on.
Does this friend know you borrowed it?
The Supramod has a gun to our heads, and this is what you're worried about? He'll find out one day.
Well then, I'll go first.
It, doesn't look very reliable. Are you sure about this?
No worries. If anything goes wrong, the friend in my head will protect me.
Oh, she acknowledges Evernight.
Doesn't seem to have any effect.
No, it's working perfectly. I get it now. All of it. No need to dance around. Our enemy is a Lord Ravager. There's only one question we need answered. How does Asat Pramod plan to destroy Elation?
Correction. The effect is very obvious.
Judging by Nanook's habit of picking Lord Ravagers, I wouldn't be surprised if Asat Pramod was once a masked fool, and therefore knows Aha's weakness. The Arcadia is like a microcosm of eons and paths. People indulge themselves in fabricated happiness, unable to pull themselves away from it. Many have expressed their concerns. This isn't elation. Aha is playing with fire.
A classic social realist deduction. Old-fashioned, but effective. We're closing in on the truth.
Yes, the answer is all but revealed. You are Asat Pramod, Sparksy.
Do you have evidence?
What the fuck?
Of course. The truth is so simple that everyone overlooked it. The evidence is... you were the first person I met when I got off the express.
Going back to... No, and the first person you met was Sparkle.
If I am Asat Pramod, would you and Grey Hair have been able to walk out of the school alive?
Yeah, fair point.
Just take that thing off already.
That's weird. I thought I was on the right track.
Let me
I guess
give
you're
you a
going with your crackpot theory.
Deduction isn't about people skills. It's about smart tricks and flawless logic. Watch and learn. Sparkle, master of the classic whodunit, has entered the chat.
Spark? Oh.
You changed your clothes just for this?
First of all, Ouroboros likes to eat. Secondly, whatever they eat disappears completely. Therefore, veracity is also a form of destruction. This is the classic mystery of one culprit, two identities. The one trying to kill Elation is... the Lord Ravager, a Sapramod, played by the Veracity! What am I even saying?
Classic whodunit. This is more like a classic Who's the Dummy.
Oh, I get it now. All this thing does is make wild guesses sound reasonable. So far, that's the most accurate piece of information we've gotten.
No need to be so serious, Detective. Why don't you show us what you've got? By the way, what type of detective are you?
Me? I'm the tough guy type. I don't waste time on useless details. I aim straight at the heart of the problem. You're not wrong.
Hunt, after all.
Sapramod is Nanook's weapon to assassinate Aha. Whatever his plan may be, the target doesn't change. Remember, as far as humanity knows, there are only 3 ways an Eon can fall.
A broader path engulfs a narrower one. Divine warfare between eons. And... the third one. What was it again?
Forcing an Eon to turn away from their own path.
Whichever it is, none of it sounds remotely connected to plain Arcadia. So, what makes you so certain Sapramod is here on business, not on vacation?
Because we folks just dug up one heck of a treasure from underground. And in the stories tied to them, we've unearthed more than a few names worth paying attention to.
Besides, Lord Ravagers, I don't think they go on vacations. Okay, well, let's see what has gotten added to the notes this time. Oh. Doesn't look like anything new got added to the notes. Unroad seems to be the one that has been in everything.
Right. He's the one I can't stop thinking about. Stories change every time, but they all circle back to the same logic. En route defeated the Veracity by some means.
You're right. Then who is this en route? Do you know him?
En route.
Of course she does!
Sampo?
Everyone in the tavern knows that name. Long ago, its owner grew tired of jokes, cast aside his mask, and walked away. Some say he became a morning actor. Others say he jumped into IX's black hole. But none of that matters. What truly matters is that you have my unreal Sparks and Spark.
Oh, Lord.
I knew it.
Give it back, give it back! That's a big order my client wants immediately.
What do you mean, give it back? It just wandered off, and I happened to find it on the way, so I brought it home. You want it? Here, take it now.
Absolutely not. Wait,
Huh?
right now? This doesn't sound like you at all.
No.
No. If it's a no, it's a no. Yes, I'll keep it. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh.
Get back here!
Sir, do you need to hire a private detective?
Hey!
Can you catch her for me?
Of course. course. I'll have that thing returned to you safe and sound in half a day. But, in exchange, I'd like you to elaborate a bit more on what you were saying.
Oh, so that's why you're here. Now, old Sempo's intel isn't cheap. Waiving the fee won't quite cut it, will it?
Name your price.
Put it on Pearl's tab.
Just kidding. Money talks boring. Besides, the Astral Express and I go way back. Oh, and I wouldn't scam you two. The en route you're looking for lives up to the name. There's nowhere he can't reach. Only places he hasn't been yet. He's the gold standard of the masked fools. He only shows up where he's least welcome. A morning actor's stage, a friend's wedding, even inside the Veracity's mouth. All for the sake of a good laugh. Oh.
That lines up. Sounds like the origin of the legend. So, he's a friend of yours?
Not a chance! Back when old Sempo was still a kid, en route was already a name in the history books. He left the tavern during the Second Prosperity. They say after hearing 30 trillion jokes, he never laughed again. Before he left, en route said one thing that, at the time, no one cared about. Elation has been dead for a long time.
Interesting.
Where did he go after he left the tavern?
The tavern has 10,000 mouths, all telling different stories. All I know is this. He said he was headed for the true world's end, and then he vanished without a trace.
How do you know all this?
Oh, I've been around long enough to have my own channels. Just trust old Sempo. And about catching Sparksy?
Leave it to me. I keep my word. Almost time to wrap up the assignment again.
Anything new added? Just this one. And Rook is a fool who loves going to places where he isn't welcome. He left the tavern after the Second Prosperity, heading for the true world's end. What is it? 1:36. Oh, still got about half an hour to go.
Ah, see? You only need that 10% of the story to be true.
The last thing he said was really scary.
So many unanswered questions about en route. He has to be tied to Assad Pramat somehow. But our leads at the tavern have run their course. Let's go pay a visit to another expert next. No. Speak of the devil. Only a Cienjo general could have arranged something like this, I suppose.
On May.
I'm surprised as well. You've only just left Amphorius, and already you've managed to draw the attention of another Lord Ravager.
Miss Ron May? And Miss Ting Yun?
We're here by General Yao Guang's request. It seems we arrived just in time.
At first, I only came because the Shenzhou extended an invitation, and it seemed impolite to refuse. Now that I'm here, I see it was well worth the trip. So, let me get to the point.
Real quick here. Sorry, nice shot.
Ouroboros has long been dead. Their death was merely buried beneath layers of secrecy.
Hardly surprising. They disappeared after the swarm disaster, and there are many different opinions on where they went. The Intelligentsia Guild claims the Veracity ate their fill and entered hibernation. I don't buy it. Those scholars are fond of post-meal naps themselves, likely just projecting their own habits.
You seem surprisingly calm, which makes sense. After all, the shadow in your right hand is evidence as well. Why don't you tell everyone what happened to the Galaxy Rangers back on Von Walk?
Von Walk?
Sprightly Von Walk. I've heard there's a particular phenomenon that occurs on that rainforest planet. Plants multiply and grow and are then harvested like wild grass. A cycle repeating every few decades. Almost identical to the Phantasm Moon games.
But how are the two connected? When you hear plants and growth, shouldn't that make you think of abundance? Huh. Wait.
It seems you figured it out.
Oh,
By coincidence, abundance is another thing the two worlds have in common.
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Ashvale. No. Leader of the Rangers, Mr. La Mancha. Perhaps you could explain this to our nameless friend.
Back on Von Walk, I'd already long since stopped being a ranger. Your conjecture is basically correct, Miss Ronay. You're not the only genius to take life as a subject of study. By the time I arrived, the atavistic experiment was already approaching its final phase. Dr. Primitive had set his sights on an ancient leviathan. Beneath Von Walk's surface, there also lay the remains of the Veracity.
You stopped him.
The Rangers stopped him. Back then, Mr. M was still human.
Now, deep beneath Ahatopia, another corpse of the Leviathan lies buried. If I'm not mistaken, there are countless other worlds carrying out the same ritual. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, suppressed it with abundance, siphoned the power of the Path of Veracity, and called it a game. This is what people call the Phantasm Moon games.
Uh-huh. Why would they do such a thing?
You may remember, the Express once delivered a Leviathan's carcass to me. That wasn't the only one in my collection. By arranging remains from different eras in sequence, I discovered something rather intriguing. At a certain moment over 1,000 Amber eras ago, just as Akifili began traveling in pursuit of their ideal, all creations of the Veracity lost the same organ, their taste buds.
What does that imply?
The purpose of consumption changed. Be they spawns, depth crawlers, or void song whales, their genetic markers encoding gustatory organs vanished entirely. Creatures walking the path of Veracity became nothing more than biological black holes, consuming without discrimination. This was not natural evolution. Through the simulated universe, I identified the point of divergence in history. A concept had disappeared from the path of Veracity. Consider this. What do taste buds provide?
Yummy flavors?
Precisely. Savoring something's aftertaste is an act of elation.
So Aha stole the original Prima Mobile of the Veracity?
The simulated universe proves nothing on its own, but the primal desires of life have always been entangled. Think of it as my intuition. The conflict between the eons of elation and veracity stretches all the way back to primordial times.
How many people know about this?
There used to be 2. I only told Yu Qing 2. Now, there are 5. After this, I can't be sure.
Exploit the old conflict between Aha and Ouroboros to ignite a divine war, or allow intersecting paths to devour one another. Of the 3 known ways to kill an Eon, the Arcadia fulfills at least 2. Now who still thinks Asap Pramod is here on vacation?
But you still haven't explained where it came from.
Oh, you mean the shadow? It has nothing to do with Funlock.
Oh?
Call it a twist of fate. This isn't my first encounter with the Astral Express, nor my first time dealing with a Lord Ravager. When my home was destroyed by Zulo, I had a brief encounter with a former navigator.
A navigator of the Express?
Yes. Starseer, I see. He'd already retired by then. He was the one who told me about the Shadow. According to IC, it was one of many remnants left behind when the Express first carved paths along the edges of the cosmos. I led the Rangers to suppress the Shadow and devised the plan to assassinate Zulo. But I never learned why it was there in the first place.
Don't you find it strange, Mr. Ashvale?
Strange?
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences. Like an experiment with results that are too perfect, it's enough to send a chill down your spine. If you don't mind, let's walk through the whole thing once more. Earlier, what did you 2 uncover in the tavern?
Someone suspected to be Asap Pramod knew about the Veracity's secret. Before disappearing, he said he was headed for the end of the world.
And then, who did he say the Shadow belonged to?
A former navigator. The Shadow was a remnant left behind when he charted the cosmos.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then where is it?
I don't know if anyone can answer that question. Not even Akivili. Wait. Don't tell me.
En route only goes where he isn't welcome. After leaving the tavern, he went to the Astral Express.
The detective game is over. Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. This not good. Lord Ravager of Asap Pramod is back. The laughter, but he's joke. En route heading for the true world's end, Astral Express. Haven't in a long time, old friend. know this ain't good.
I have to say, not many people can make me change my plans. Whether in the past or present, you've always been one of them.
So, it is you.
You know how it is, kid. I've always enjoyed arriving uninvited.
Pearl said she would arrange a ferry to pick us up at the Seafeld City dock. The place we're going to holds clues about Graphia. Really?
Own ticket before boarding and be a model passenger.
Man, this has
wish
been a
you
bit of a
pleasant
lore
journey.
dump, and I probably have missed pieces of it because I'm kind of tired.
Nice!
Attention passengers, welcome to the Seaside Line. The current stop is Seafeld Station. This train is bound to Dundee Rail Airport. Next
In all my previous business trips to Seafeld City, I never got to see the ocean.
Take some time tomorrow to go back and watch over some of that stuff in the tavern there because I really think I missed some. Oh. Little something too. Not one for it. Give me another 4, please. Thank you.
This is what exploring the cosmos is all about.
Yay!
Nice!
It is an honor to, well, shall I say, be of service to you again. To be honest, when Madame Pearl invited you to visit the Perlux Tower, I was supposed to be your guide. I ended up being replaced by a total fraud. My name is Feld. By order of Madame Pearl, I will be escorting you to your destination.
Thank you, Mr. Feld.
You are too kind. I followed the battle in Seafeld City very closely. Serving a hero such as yourself is a true privilege. I assume Madame Pearl has already briefed you on our destination?
She only told me to come here.
I see. It so happens that Madame Pearl is tied up with an unforeseen event, so allow me to brief you in her stead. The destination of our boat journey is a hotel known as Inkford Hermitage. It is situated at the end of a Dovebrook tributary that ultimately flows into the sea. It is one of the points where the world in canvas intersects with reality.
Raphia lived there?
Yes, to be precise, she lived there 1,000 years ago. Legend says the miraculous canvassing of the mortal world happened there. Would Madame Pearl, a die-hard fan, pass up a sacred site like that?
When did she get here? Yeah.
Word is that Madame Pearl just flicked her wrist, signed a check with an astronomical figure, and bought the whole plot of land. She also snatched up every single piece of Graphia's lost works she could find without bothering to verify their authenticity. Whew, I guess money really does let you do whatever you want.
Ain't that the truth?
That's not even the half of it. I don't know where her obsession comes from, but she's dead set on the idea that Graphia is still alive. If she gets even a whiff of anything remotely related to Graphia, she's got her people on it at the snap of a finger. But all they could find were Imagine knockoffs, random, pretty redheads based on nothing but imagination. I bet her reaction went something like this. But all they could find were Imagine knockoffs, random, pretty redheads based on nothing but imagination.
What? Random pretty redheads. Himiko?
I bet her reaction went something like this. Objective. Locate the original. Error. Detecting excessive quantity of low-quality merchandise. Objective. Locate the original. Error. Detecting excessive quantity of low-quality merchandise.
You! I remember you! You're that fraudster from Perlux Tower!
Perlux Tower? I've never set foot in that place in my life.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know it's you. I've seen the footage. You're wearing the exact same outfit.
Oh, a slip up in an otherwise perfect plan. Relax. Your job is safe this time.
Cut it out, you scoundrel! You can't talk your way out of this. Who exactly are you?
Allow me to introduce
This
her.
is the author of Fluffy Across the Blue. Blurry QR Cold.
Huh. Is that so? My apologies. How rude of me. Miss Colt, it's an honor to finally see the face behind the work. Please pardon my yelling. I didn't know.
No worries, no worries. Well, yes. Would you believe it if I said I was going on vacation?
Not for a second.
This blurry QR code. Let's be clear. You are being transported under escort.
Your current credit balance is in the negative. Madame Pearl has offered you a lifeline by asking you to complete the next volume of the Fluffy.
Whoa, this is not my fault. Remember Alloy King Pom Pom from Pearlix Tower? I tried to put everything on Pearl's tab, but she found out and charged it back to me. Who knew a figurine could be so expensive? It cost me more than my entire savings.
You didn't have savings to begin with. You already blew through all your money. You actually have savings. Yep.
Hey, I pay for my own meals. Is that so shocking to you? Is it?
So you're escorting her to, shall we say, an intensive creative retreat?
Correct. The objective is to deliver the manuscript and clear her debts. The estimated duration is 56 days.
Hear that? It's not a hotel. It's hell. Where you get whipped for not finishing your scripts on time.
Oh, I love Nelix.
The boat has arrived. When you're ready, let's begin our journey to Inkford Hermitage. Please, mind your step as you board. We have arrived. This is the snowy shore of the canvas world, Inkford Hermitage.
Oh. Are those Wispae floating on the water?
Oh dear, there are so many Wispae. They are blocking the boat's route. But no need to panic. Please follow my lead.
Please make sure you have all of your belongings with you, and watch your step while disembarking. Thank you for traveling on this boy liner.
Okay. This seems like a good place to pause for the night. Like I said, I am tired. I was fighting with the lore dump there. I was struggling to stay awake through it all. Just need to get more sleep, so we seem to be heading to something big, so this seems like a good place to put a pause on it for now. And pick up tomorrow night.
It's still early. Where to now?
assuming that my ISP decides not to do maintenance again. So, yeah. I definitely need to go back and rewatch this VOD, especially the tavern part. Because I think I probably missed some big clues there. What all is going on here? I think I'm right in assuming en route is a SOP per mod. But taste buds related to elation? There's a lot going on here. Anyways, I should get to bed. So, if everything goes to plan, anybody who's still here watching, though not from the viewer count tonight, except for the one person I did have in chat, I doubt they're still here. But I shall be picking up where I left off tomorrow. Should start about the same time if everything goes to plan. So anyways, I shall call it a night. Many questions, some questions answered, more questions have been asked. Let's see where the story is going to go. But until then, hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow night. Latest.